The elusive Dr. Graham.
Even more elusive Dr. Fazan.
Darling, I feel we're drifting apart. You've no idea how that saddens me. Why, just take last night,
I'm not up to a
for
verbal
instance.
battle, Vanessa.
You never are, darling. My point is that I tried calling you about 10 times last night.
I was out.
I couldn't have guessed. What I wanted to say was I thought we had a plan to see each other last night, and I just wanted
Vanessa, Barbara Gilbert is dead.
Who?
It's not gonna work, Vanessa. I came here for some answers, and you're going to give them to me.
Go away if it isn't important.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't necessary.
Dan Myers. Somehow I doubt that. Yes?
Well, aren't you going to ask me in?
Not unless I have to.
Now, it hurts my feelings that you don't want to.
Well, maybe you're just a little too sensitive.
Ah, yeah, that's my curse in life.
You know, Mr. Myers, I sometimes get the impression that your interest in my case extends a bit beyond the professional.
Well, now, you know, Courtney, I'm very glad to hear you say that because I consider myself an advocate in every sense of the word. See, my clients' problems become my own.
And just which problems are we referring to in this case?
Well, look, can't we make ourselves a little more comfortable?
Would you hurry up with this domey investigation? We're really missing your style down here in the squad room. This guy that they sent from the Chronicle to replace you, he just isn't you.
Thanks. I am doing the best that I can. You know, this Vanessa Vazan, she's something else, man. I'm finding it difficult to find a point of attack.
Nothing, huh?
Nope. But I have something else that I'm gonna try. Speaking of which, I better get out of here. John, I want to thank you for your coffee, I think.
Well, that's because it was made by your tailor's brother.
Oh. Hey, listen, I want to ask you something.
What?
Stacy says that you think that Barbara Gilbert's death was more than it appears?
Maybe. She really didn't have a lot of friends, but everybody that I talked to didn't have her pegged for suicide.
Is that all?
Well, other than the connection to the Bedford Institute, and the coroner's report should be in pretty soon now. Maybe I can tell something from that.
Well, let me just ask you something. You're not gonna give Ben Martin a hard time about this,
No,
are you?
no, no, not unless I have to.
Well, you won't have to. It'll be fine.
I told him he's the only lead I got. Do you and Carla see Ben and Lori socially?
No, not much anymore. Why?
Well, I was just asking because I've got an appointment to see the doctor that referred Mrs. Gilbert to Ben. He's also a friend of Ben's.
Yeah.
His name's Brian Graham. Did you ever meet him?
No. What does he look like?
Well, he's tall, surfer type.
Sorry, never heard of him. But you know, you sound very suspicious.
Well, I might have reason to be. The first time I talked to him, he didn't mention the referral.
What did you say his name was again?
Brian Graham.
Brian Graham.
Yeah.
Brian Graham. Well, I'll keep my ears open. I got to get going. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Try not to drink that stuff, John.
I'll get comfortable when I realize what it is you're here for. You know, frankly, I'm a little upset with the fact that you feel so free to just drop by whenever you like. Offices, secretaries, telephones, They were invented for specific purposes. I suggest maybe you do a little research and find out what they are.
Oh, look, Courtney, if I've offended you in any way, I'm sorry. Well, you're right, of course. I mean, this is highly improper. I'll have my secretary call you and make an appointment whenever it's convenient for you. Again, I'm very sorry.
Oh, wait. As long as you're here, what did you want?
Well, I wanted to find out where you stand on the annulment question. I mean, the last time we talked, Oh, look, Courtney, you made a valid point. I feel like a real fool. This isn't the time or place. We'll take care of it at my office, all right? I'll see you later.
Please, Dan. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snapped at you before.
You sure?
What did you want?
Well, I wanted to know if you'd given serious consideration to my advice about continuing the annulment.
Yes, I have.
And? Well, see, the last time we spoke, Courtney, I just couldn't be sure which way you're going to turn.
I'm continuing with the annulment. I've told Vaughn as much, and I made it very clear that I would not drop the suit.
Ah, that's good. I knew you'd make the right decision. See, I'd just been concerned about the emotional impact of the news about Vaughn not being sterile anymore, and the fact that he took advantage of your vulnerability after your mother's death. Well, see, that's the reason that my personal involvement, I guess, got a little bit out of hand.
You've convinced me to go on with the annulment, and I will.
Good. You know, Courtney, I hate to overstep my bounds here, but I can't help picking up something from you. I've been picking up for a while. Now what is that exactly?
I don't know. I think maybe I'm just overwhelmed with my options.
Don't be, Courtney. Again, I don't mean to be a problem, but if too many options is your problem, I am the perfect person to talk to. I mean it. See, I can give you a clear, objective assessment of your whole situation.
A man of many talents, aren't you?
Well, I like to think so, yes.
Excuse me. Daddy,
Hi, honey. Meeting finished early, so I thought I'd just stop over. Oh, I didn't know you were busy.
Yes, hello, Preston.
Mr. Myers.
Please, I think we were about finished. Mr. Myers got what he came for.
Oh, which was?
The good news that Courtney wasn't fooled by the tactics of Vaughn Sumner. She has decided to go ahead with the annulment as planned.
I said the subject is closed. We can talk about it some other time. Now I really must go.
I'm not leaving here until I get some answers.
Well, then you're going to be here for a very long time, until after I'm gone.
How much did you get from Barbara Gilbert before she died?
You know I never discuss session fees with anyone but my patients.
I have an appointment with Sergeant Brubaker of the Kingsley Police in less than half an hour. Do you know why, Vanessa? Because when Barbara Gilbert came to see Ben at the Institute, she ran into me first. And when she said that you'd referred her to Ben, a little alarm went off in my head. I don't know why, but I instinctively covered for you and made it appear that I'd made the referral.
Yes, darling, you've told me all that before, remember? I'm enormously grateful.
Oh, I can see that. And now that Barbara Gilbert is enormously dead, I find myself in a very uncomfortable spotlight.
Don't forget to duck when they get out the rubber hose.
Start talking, Vanessa, and you tell me the truth.
Your palms are sweaty.
I'm not surprised.
Do you mind?
Yes.
Before she died, Barbara Gilbert had a document drawn up naming Domi as the primary benefactor of concerning stock options or something. I'm really not all that sure about what it was between the merger of one of her companies and another.
Your ignorance of financial dealings is charming, Vanessa. If not quite believable, you know as much about business as any Fortune 500 executive.
You flatter me.
Not really. Go on.
There isn't very much to go on about.
Oh, that's right. This woman's death has no bearing on anything.
The bequest was not contingent upon her death.
Which, of course, clears you of any wrongdoing.
It does.
Well, then let's theorize, Dr. Fazan. You're very good at that. Now, if you were forced to make an educated guess as to how this woman died...
If?
I'm making every effort to be polite.
Then try harder.
What would that theory be? Vanessa.
The combination of two separately innocent drugs. The onset of respiratory distress, death. An obvious suicide. Apparently, the woman knew more about medication than anyone had suspected.
You're incredible.
That was only a theory, Dr. Graham. I resent the implication of your tone. My patient. Yes, Mr. Foster, please come in.
Your secretary,
Has the afternoon off. Mr. Foster, I'd like you to meet Dr. Brian Graham. Dr. Graham was just leaving.
Well, did I hear right, Dr. Brian Graham?
Yes, have we met?
No,
You make it
not
sound
really.
as if we have.
Well, I guess I was, I'm sorry. I mean, I was probably thinking of Dr. Bradley Graham. Yeah, that's it. He wouldn't happen to be your brother, would he?
No.
Oh, my mistake.
Good day, Dr. Graham.
Mr. Foster. Dr. Fazan.
Well, Mr. Foster, you're right on time as usual. An admirable trait.
Well, do you allow anything else, Dr. Fazan?
No, I suppose I don't. Well, tell me something. How did you fare with the assignment I gave you?
Well, you know what, Dr. Fazan, I guess I didn't really,
Mr. Foster, if you are going to learn to effectively manage your present, you have to first learn to deal with the past. Confronting those who have created the obstacles that you want to overcome is essential to that process.
Well, you see, I had an unexpected confrontation, that's took up most of my time.
Oh, bad news?
Well, possibly, my lawyers, concerning my inheritance. Tell me, what would you know about getting money from the dead?
Isn't that a rather bizarre question to ask, Mr. Foster?
Well, Dr. Fazan, it's a really rather bizarre situation, I mean, all of that money that was left to me. Now, it seems that I'm not going to get it, over, all at once.
But you are going to get it eventually, is that correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they tell me. I mean, is it that it has something to do with trust funds, interest, or taxable, something or other like that, but they say that it would be to my best advantage if I got it over a period of time rather than one big lump sum. I mean, does that really make any sense to you at all?
Oh, yes, it does.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I think that your lawyers are probably correct. I'm sure it would be advantageous to you to have it distributed over a period of time.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll be. Gosh, Dr. Fazan.
Mr. Foster, you'll forgive me, but I don't understand what the problem is.
Oh, the problem is with you.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, Domi. The session fees, Dr. Fazan, there's a possibility that I probably won't be able to pay you for at least 10 years.
The feelings I have seen expressed between my daughter and her husband are genuine. And I don't like the fact that you're capitalizing on Courtney's insecurity for personal gain.
And I'm getting a little sick and tired of everybody telling me what I'm feeling and what is being done to me.
Yes, and if I were only in this for personal gain, I would have had your daughter go for a lot more than you know.
And I don't doubt you've already tried. Now look, honey, if you saw me doing something that you thought was wrong, that you were dead set against, wouldn't you say something?
Courtney, you have no obligation to answer that question. If you'd like...
Mr. Myers, shut up! This is not a court of law. I am a father asking his daughter a question, and that relationship entitles me to a response. Honey.
Yes, if I thought you were about to make a mistake, then I'd say something.
And sweetheart,
But you
please.
wait 1 minute, I'm not finished. We've gone beyond that point here. You've had your say, now drop it. That's a big difference between us, Dad. Once I said what I had come to say, I would let it go.
You're right. That is the difference. And the reason for it is that years have taught me not to give up when I know I'm right.
Oh, does that mean that Courtney's not going to have a moment's peace until this whole thing is settled?
I don't know. All I know is that I love my daughter enough to protect her from anything or anyone who uses or abuses her. Spare me your protestations. I think it's time I left here.
Dad, Isn't there anything I can say that'll show you that this annulment is in everyone's best interests?
No.
Why? Why does this have to be so difficult?
Courtney, it doesn't have to be. Now, you've got that goal in your mind. Just keep your eye on it and go toward it, and don't let anything distract you.
Easier said than done.
It will be if you let me help you.
I know where this is coming from. He has this dream that Vaughn and I will rule his corporate empire together.
Listen, that corporate empire isn't much these days. you
Not
know.
right now. No, it isn't. But don't let that deceive you. See, it's going to be big. It's going to be very big. My father doesn't just pour his energies into something unless he knows it's going to succeed. And that's what bothers me about his intentions to stop this annulment.
Courtney, just trust me. Trust me, you know? Tell me a little more about this new company of your father's.
I mean, didn't you hear what I said? I said there's a possibility that I may not be able to pay you for at least 10 years. Maybe even longer.
And?
And? I mean, come on, Dr. Fazan. I mean, that's a problem.
Mr. Foster, you've really been having a rough day, haven't you? And you obviously aren't using what you've learned with me to overcome it.
Yeah, but I mean, well, you know, it's not really a question
Please.
of...
What is the first lesson in Domi?
Well, there are no obstacles that can't be overcome.
Are you asking me or telling me?
Telling you?
Mr. Foster, you have a great gift. Don't abuse it. There are no obstacles that cannot be overcome. None. Did you know that I see a woman 3 times a week who, when she first came to see me, couldn't even read? Her husband had left her with 4 children. She'd never held a job outside the home. She had 1 pair of shoes, 1 dress, and no money. And you want to know why I accepted her into the program?
Why is that?
Because that woman had far and away the keenest perception of any human being I have ever met before or since. Her potential was enormous. She didn't pay me for 3 years. She couldn't. Today, she's a millionaire.
And the moral of the story?
You tell me.
That because of my gift, you're willing to forgo immediate payment.
Yes, Mr. Foster, although I wish you wouldn't reduce it to an economic issue. Think of Domi as a journey, and I am your guide. At times, I'm even your traveling companion, for there's much that I can learn as well. Your focus should be on the journey, not on the price of the ticket. It is my pleasure to be exposed to your talent. The financial aspects of Domi are of no importance.
Are you sure I never mentioned the fact that I referred Barbara Gilbert to Ben?
Positive.
It's an unintentional oversight, I assure you.
I'm glad.
Poor Barbara.
I'm sorry?
Well, for obvious reasons, I haven't been able to think of anything else since you told me. I can't help but feel responsible in a small way.
Oh?
Well, I knew she was anxious, not sleeping. And if I'm honest with myself, I have to admit that I did not realize how anxious she was. I should have referred her to a psychiatrist, not Ben.
You know what they say about hindsight, don't you?
Hindsight is not an excuse. I'm a healthcare professional. I should have read the signs more clearly.
Yes, you should have.
You know, sometimes I think that a suicide is more difficult to deal with than a death on an operating table. At least with surgery, I can walk away knowing that I did everything within my power to help. Poor Barbara.
And so the vicious circle is complete. The thing you have to do, though, is to learn how to recognize it. And then it's easy to stop. Now, Mr. Foster, I want you to close your eyes. When I count to 3, I want you to mentally fix the image that you've chosen in front of you and begin. Are you ready?
No.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, Dr. Vazan, but, you know, I am really having a hard time shaking what we just talked about earlier about that woman, you know?
Oh?
Yeah, you know, the woman that you mentioned, the one who became a millionaire. What did you say her name was again?
I didn't.
Oh, well, I mean, could you tell me? I mean, I would just love to meet her, is all, you know?
For what purpose?
Oh, you know, I guess I think the whole thing is so inspiring, I thought it would be neat to hear it from her perspective.
Mr. Foster, I didn't share that woman's story with you to pique your curiosity. I did so to demonstrate to you that what you thought was a problem wasn't. The privacy of all my patients, including yours, is sacred. If your success with Domi proves to be as outstanding, perhaps I'll use you as an example as well, but anonymously for your own good.
Well, actually, Dr. Fazan, I really don't think I would mind if someone wanted to talk to me about Domi, really.
And that's exactly why they never will. Mr. Foster, I'm really disappointed in you. I think it's time for a little review.
Oh, well, I didn't mean anything by it. I just...
Mr. Foster, I said it's time for a little review. Recite your MSO. Mr. Foster?
I will not fear anything.